Hey guys, what's good? Yes, it's your boy Daki, spelled Darkiee. Now, the amount of E should be determined by you as much as you want. Anyways, guys, I'm so happy to be in your faces again. I want to say a big thank you to our fans for doing what you've done and you do them. From all of us, we say we love you, and yes, we do appreciate you. Straight off to the news, we'll begin with DAVIDO. This guy's amazing. Ever since he has been doing himself, at the point we all for record, we know that for a fact we're going to be seeing DAVIDO headlining the Afro Nation on the 29th and 30th of December of this very year. Now, before now, we start the list stand like this: DAVIDO, P Square, Rema, Stonebwoy, Daju, Adekunle Gold, CK, Black Sheriff, Kwame Ugin, Kiddy, Kamofela, Gaiki, and Kamido. But then, the fact that if you want to do a party and that man Ashake in the party, the question is, what are you doing? So these guys have actually had a rethink, and then they made the list look like this, adding the likes of Meek Mill and Ashake to that. So for Meek Mill, we know Meek Mill at the point said was going to be in the country or something, but then DAVIDO and E at the time, because they're not going to make it happen, but they said DAVIDO and E at the time had issues like fracas, but then maybe they've settled or not. Don't know. They shall know that. The more we shall know is that Meek Mill is coming to Africa, and this time precisely is going to be in Ghana for the Afro Nation. Now, just yesterday we saw Kid Wire doing what they did not send him, because they went to the studio with these guys, and then he previewed or he leaked a session where they've had these team members of any song. I know before they've been all clamor chant about DAVIDO, give us your album, tell us your album, say something about the album, don't keep us in the mute. We know WIZKID is on 29th. We know Burna Boy has dropped a Love That Mini. Guy, when will you drop your own album? And I'm sure he's working about that tirelessly, only for kids to be in the studio with these guys, and then he previewed this one on his TikTok and everything. And yes, guys don't know what that one sounded, because for me, I didn't mention about best friend or something. So what we know is, we know how that one sounds, but the question is, does DAVIDO want us to know how it sounds at the moment? That question, we really don't have an answer to that one at the moment. Now for DAVIDO, you know, the thing about big stars is when they sing your song, it's more credit to you, because it's just that your song resonates well with these ones. And for DAVIDO this time, he actually was seen vibing in his car to Young Jonn extra cool. Like, you can imagine how Young Jonn will feel at the moment. The fact that DAVIDO is vibing to your song, it's really amazing. And then he was singing it almost like word for word in the sky. It shows that he has listened to this song, and then he really likes this one, more of an endorsement. So it's safe to say DAVIDO endorses Young Jonn extra cool. Guys, if DAVIDO endorses it, what are you waiting for? Go and vibe to that song. It's really amazing. Now moving on is Akon. At the point, we know Akon is one person that I think the thing about Akon is the fact that, you know, that moment when you are doing well, everybody wants to be with you. That's just like the whole vibe. The moment you just hit one major deal and one major breakthrough, you're going to see like a lot of persons. I know you, my neighbor, my friend. Like, it's success actually brings a lot of things around you, like positive energy and vibes. Akon has been more tweeted towards the afrobeats jam, more of the Nigeria part, because I think because they have been doing well, Akon really wants to be associated with these guys and everything. This time it's with P Square and WIZKID. Now the point we know for WIZKID, P Square, those the early days when they came out and everything, they had the song Chop My Money, and then they had to feature Akon on the remix on that one. And obviously Akon was one of the biggest stars at the moment at that time, and Akon came, did this part, killed the jam, made it like a whole bump and everything. And then for WIZKID, we know they've been good friends and they've had pictures and stuff together and everything. But this time Akon came for an interview explaining relationship between P Square and WIZKID. And then Akon in his words said at the point at the time, they were thinking about how to make African song go outside the country at the time, yeah. And then he came from Nigeria, and then in his word he said P Square were like the face of Nigerian music, because they were like the biggest guys, and no doubt they were the likes of D'banj and these guys. And you call that D'banj at the time was one of the first person to do an international collab with Snoop Dogg at the time and everything. And then so he said he came from Nigeria, and then he found P Square with like the face of everything at the time, and then he discovered the WIZKID who was growing, but then he knew he had potentials and everything. And in his words, that was how when he came, he met these guys and everything. And the question is like, so invariably he made a picture that looks like it was one of the team members that made our African side. It's what they said. WIZKID was like the fella vibe. Then yeah, that was what they said. When he came, WIZKID had the fella energy, doing the stuff and everything. And then it was like, okay, these guys could make this to work. And then they wanted to work together and everything. So he actually was putting a claim out there, looking like he was instrumental. He played a very pivotal role in making the Afrobeat song cross over. And I'm like, Is that really true? I used to like Akon growing up, but then I think the whole wave, and you know, it's fun because the fact that you're doing well, like I said, you're going to bring everybody tweets towards your area. And Akon is no exception because he actually has been doing that, coming to reckon with us in this part of the world. We are so happy with that, but then he actually said this one. Whether it's capping or not, we don't know. But then obviously, you know, the fans already react to that one. And when they start reacting, trust us, we'll bring you gist about that one. Now moving on to Iyanya. Iyanya actually has been amazing. He actually had this one like which had DAVIDO and Christian on that one. Now when the snippet of this one dropped, everybody was like, oh, Iyanya is back, and you really know that this song was a jam. Song dropped, and really, yeah, that song really was a top-notch song because DAVIDO came through, Kizana came through on that one. And moving on, we saw him drop this one recently called One Side and everything. This is the we know that he always will anticipate the album, and just today, Iyanya has dropped a track list of the forthcoming album. Now we're gonna have the like of Zone. He had 5 rings on that one, then My Lady, then Sweet Argentina. He had Kwame on that one, then One Side, then Scam, then Miller, then Call, he had Arya Star. Okay, that's we've seen that with Arya Star. Then he had like featuring DAVIDO and Kiss Daniel. 8-track song on the album. 8-track on the album, and yes, we really can't wait to see what this one would eventually sound like. For Iyanya, we know he has given us banger back to back. You know those guys we call OG. Iyanya is fit. I think it's safe for us to call Iyanya an OG because in this game he has been amazing all through the year. So guys, we've come to the end of this one. I'm going to catch you guys on the very next one. Stay safe.